Everyone, welcome to another video. So very simple. The topic that I want to discuss today is that of society nowadays replaces things before they should really be replaced. Let's start with some of the stuff that I've replaced over the time that I shouldn't have done. The reality is that society keeps, having you have thought of missing out, right? FOMO. The newest tech is always going to be luring. The newest car is always going to be nice. The renovation, everything's always going to be nice to your house, to your wardrobe. And we live in a social media environment where not only are people are doing the work of companies, but companies are pouring millions of dollars into making you feel like you're doing something wrong. So let's start with tech. Nowadays, smartphones, laptops, headphones, smart watches. I haven't worn a watch in years. Just to give you an idea, the last watch I used was in the early 2000s, and it was a Casio. And the only reason I wore that one is because it had the little calculator on it. I don't know if some of you guys remember that. But nowadays, I see some of my coworkers, they're bragging about their new this or new that. And it's cool, don't get me wrong. I think it's nice, right? But it's like the same people are the ones that are complaining how things are so expensive and how they can't catch a break and how their dollar doesn't extend as much as it used to. And I'm just laughing because I'm like, well, you're also wearing it on your wrist. Of course, I don't say that. I'm actually very quiet. Don't like to discuss anything about my personal life at work. We can have a different conversation and video about that. That's a big one. But anyways, the computers that I'm editing right here, funny enough that I'm talking about this topic, just make it work. My computer, it's a gaming computer. It gave out maybe 6 months ago. It burned, whatever. I took it to the computer individuals. All they said was the motherboard needs to be replaced. We tried, and it just there was so many hotspots. There were so many different little things that we don't want to deal with. I was like, okay, how much is that gonna run me? $1,000. Like, I can just go buy another one for like $1,500. It's like, yep, you probably could. And then they're like, well, we have a guy that we contract with, and this is the deal. This is not his main job. This is his side hustle. He is willing to do more work for less money, just because he wants to learn. But the catch is $250 fee if he gets it to work. If he doesn't, you don't pay. Okay, sounds like a win-win. It's like, yeah, okay. So the gentleman took it, and 2 weeks later, they call me. Hey, he was able to figure it out. However, it's up to you. You can still get it done or not. It's no longer gonna be a laptop. In essence, like it's a desktop. Parts of they explained to me. So parts of the wiring that goes to the battery is no longer gonna hold charge. So therefore, you only have to use it while it's plugged in. I said, for $250, I'll use it. I've had it for 3 months now. It's been working great, no issues. Just a small example as to why I don't replace things. Now, if it starts giving me more issues, of course I'm gonna replace it. It's just part of it, right? Clothing, shoes, seasonal clothing. I don't even know what seasonal clothing means. I wear the same pair of jeans, the same pair of dressy slacks, and I go to work. There's really nothing else to be changing, but we live in a society where everybody wants to change their clothes depending on the temperature and depending on how they felt that day. Kind of crazy, but hey, more power to you if you feel like that brings some joy. At the end of the day, you're spending your money. There's no other way around it. Now, like I mentioned, I love cars. That's why I play Formula One. But cars to either build the aesthetic of it, paint the car, put wheels, system. That's fun. I get it. We all need a hobby, but don't let it be at the extent of your future, because that's where you run into issues. Getting getting a brand new car when your old one, right? Your classic one still works. It's crazy the fact that some people are like, it's a 10-year-old car. Every 10 years we switch cars. I'm like, what? Now, I hope I don't sound very uppity, or I'm losing the word. I can't pronounce it. It's late at night making this video, but I see some people where I work that I know how much they make roughly, and they make way less than I do. And they drive Teslas, and I don't drive a Tesla, and I make double what they make. Now, does that make me special? No. Does that make me smarter? No. It just makes me more aware of the fact that all these companies are stealing your money, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. No one looks at my truck when I come to a red light. They all look at the Tesla. So yeah, they're winning. They get their wins. But at the end of the day, I'm not looking for validation at a red light. I'm looking for validation for myself, from my family, and from my kids. Not tomorrow, but in 15, 20 years when they're ready to do certain things and I have the financial means to do it. So hey, if you're trying to replace your car before certain things, no problem. Now, there's always a caveat. The car's giving me issues. I need to replace it, period. Okay, sounds fair. But come on, you don't have to overdo it. Just stay within your means.